exactly who are you and what do you do?
Sure. So my name is Mitch Joel. I am the president of a digital marketing agency called Twist Image. We have offices in Toronto, Montreal. About 80 employees. We do everything on a digital, online, mobile landscape. So we take brands and help them understand what they should be doing online and how to do it. I've also got a blog called 6 Pixels of Separation. It's a podcast too. And I've got a book coming out by the same name, 6 Pixels of Separation.
Why did you decide to write a book?
It's a great question. A lot of people sort of see me as a new media digital marketing guy, and they're like, you've got a blog and you've got all this stuff. Why would you write a book? Sort of seems very old school. But the reality is that what I'm learning as I get sort of more engaged in the online channels is that there are a lot of businesses that keep hearing about things like Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube, and they want to try it and they think it's really smart and they're just not sure how to do it. Business people don't typically want to pick up dummies guides and sort of walk around with that yellow and black book. I actually love them. I just don't know if I'd be carrying one if I was getting on an airplane too. And so I wanted to write a book really that speaks about the business implications of what's happening in the new media channels and the social media channels. I wanted to write it in a business language. I wanted to write it in a way that really shows where the money is in terms of a business and what ROI really means in the online channel. And more importantly, I wanted to write it on a platform by which these people would be most comfortable. And really, in looking at it, I thought a book is probably the least intimidating thing for them because they're in airports, they're in books, they just say, yeah, let's do this. But to really understand what it is and what the business implications are, there wasn't really any material in that context. So, I have hopes and prayers that people would just understand blogging or read blogs or listen to podcasts or join Twitter. But I think there's sort of that little missing step. And I wanted that book to be the missing step. I wanted to explain the social implications. I wanted to explain the business implications. And I wanted to give it to business people in a language they understand. So really, it was also a way to reach out to small, medium, and even large-sized businesses. It was a way to get the senior marketing people. It was a way to get the presidents and CEOs to take a listen and understand the channels.
So can the average business actually make money doing this kind of stuff, or is it really just all hype or something that only major multinational brands can pull off?
I don't think it's as immediate as people think, and that's one of the sort of really big ideas I talk about in the book, which is I have a section called In Praise of Slow. And I have a theory where a lot of people thought they would get online because it would be fast, cheap, and easy. It's like, you could throw up some banner ads or some Google search ads, and off we go to the races and see conversion immediately. I think that's one side of it. I call it the traditional online advertising. In the sort of more social stuff, if you're looking at the things like Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff, friend feed, whatever it might be, I believe it's more about the relationship side of it. And I think to build relationships and build community, it does take time. And so I'm sort of more in the mindset of it's a slow process to get there, which sort of frustrates people. But the reality is that at a core level, we want to have sustainable customers that are going to keep coming back, that are going to refer us, that are good word of mouth, et cetera, et cetera. So the answer is absolutely yes. In 2002, maybe early 2003, I was sitting in my office at Twist Image, and I was like, okay, I've got 2 business partners and 1 employee and 0 clients. What am I going to do? And we were talking about advertising, marketing, and PR, and we started blogging. We started with a simple blog, 6 Pixels of Separation, because I just felt I had a background in writing. I love to write. I could share my thoughts with the world, and those who are interested could connect. And at the end of the day, if there are a couple hundred people and 3 of them become clients, that's a really good day at the office. And it's way better than cold calling or trying to explain to a company, why they need a website or why they should be thinking about what's happening in the online world. And from that, the blog did really, really well. It led to this book deal, so we got the book. It led to speaking. It led to a whole bunch of things. And it's still the only real tool we have. And again, we built this office up. We've got over 80 employees, 2 offices, we're a multi-million-dollar company. And it was just a blog. So directly, am I selling on the blog? Hey, you need a new website. Hey, you should be doing email marketing. No, I don't do any of that. I offer value and insights to the community. I engage in conversations with people. And this way, slowly over time, in praise of slow, people are connected, or people think, I need some digital marketing solutions. I need to be understanding new media better. Hopefully, I'm top of mind and they'll call us. And that's been the strategy from day one. It's the strategy today. So the answer is there's tremendous ROI in engaging in many of the online channels, and there are different ways to do it. It's a question of taking the time to understand the strategy and not the tactics. And I'll get a little bit into that. The idea is a lot of people think like, what are we doing on YouTube or what are we doing on Facebook? And it's the wrong question. The question is why. Why should you be on Facebook? Why should you be on Twitter? Why is strategy? What is the tactic? And tactics will only take you so far, but having a great strategy to tie it into matters. And so if you take that strategy, tie it into your overarching business strategy, what you're trying to accomplish in terms of sales, in terms of actionable items, in terms of changing a component of your business, it's a huge, huge benefit because there's tremendous ROI in a business being connected to a world where everyone is connected. And so, for me, it's a total no-brainer. But again, that's why I wrote the book, is I don't think a lot of people see it that way. I think they see it as almost like an advertising channel. And I'm always very cautious about that because there's a tremendous difference between building a good strategy, marketing, and advertising. Advertising is a very small component of marketing. It's an important part, but a small part. And your marketing is actually a pretty small component of your overall strategy. So if you can tie it all back to strategy, you start seeing some pretty amazing wins really, really fast.
With new media, there are no more degrees, only 6 pixels of separation.